What's up? Hey guys, and welcome back to the Zack vs. the Blu-ray Mountain YouTube channel. Fuck, I've been gone for a long time. Why have I been gone for so long? Number one, I'm lazy. Number two, I've been working on my comic series, The Black Avenger. Now on to reason number three. I discovered the DC Rebirth. Guys, if you are not reading any of the comics in the DC Rebirth, I definitely suggest that you get them because they are fucking awesome. I mean, they had me go out and get this giant stack of comics. Yeah, my favorite books from the DC Rebirth right now have to be Red Hood and the Outlaws, Nightwing, Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns. Duh. Guys, you don't have to check out those books specifically, but they're really great titles and they happen to be my favorites right now. Guys, there's one thing I really need to talk about in this video because a while back, my boy Dave Durant from Durant Cinema hooked me up with a package, and it was for a movie that I could not find in my area. So Dave, if you're watching the video, thank you, even though I said thank you a million times through text message. Let's get to the package. The anticipation, guys. My name's Morgan Freeman. No, not yet. I can't do a Gerard Butler impression. Yeah, my boy Dave hooked me up with a copy of London Has Fallen. It was one of my most anticipated action films of this year, and I really loved Olympus Has Fallen. Maybe someday I'll do a from-the-shelf review of that. If you want a from-the-shelf review of Olympus Has Fallen or both Fallen movies, let me know down in the comments down below. And Dave, thanks again, boss. And speaking of Dave, I have a huge stack of FYE and Best Buy and Walmart titles that I need to show you guys because I actually have been still picking up Blu-rays while I've been in the midst of drawing and reading comics and being really fucking lazy. So the first one I have goes out to my boy Dave Durant from Durant Cinema. Here it is, the lenticular slit version of the Terminator. How awesome is that shit? Come on, you got to do it, come on! Next up is one of two titles that I know DrumDums, Lee over at the DrumDums channel. If you have not checked him out, go over and check him out. We did a top 5 underrated slasher killers video over on his channel. It was a collab video and it was awesome. If you have not checked it out, get over there and check it out. He's an awesome guy. Subscribe to him if you haven't. He knows a good bit about this series and another series I'm going to show you right after this. I picked up the Echo Bridge version of The Crow, City of Angels. Now guys, if you want my condensed thoughts on The Crow, City of Angels, it's not a bad movie. It's actually pretty good, and I like the sepia tone style of cinematography that they were doing in it. I liked Vincent Perez as The Crow. It was very different than Brandon Lee. There was a lot of passion. It was a very good performance. And like I said, guys, it's not a bad movie. You should definitely check out The Crow, City of Angels. Hopefully someday we'll get a director's cut. A true director's cut. Next up, guys, I picked up the Anchor Bay release of Clive Barker's Hellraiser. I'll admit to you guys that I'm not really the biggest fan of the Hellraiser movies. I actually like Hellraiser 2 a lot better than the first one, but it is a classic, and I do want to have all the classic original 80s, 70s, 90s horror movies in my collection. My horror collection is so huge right now, and maybe someday I'll do a horror collection video for you guys. Let me know down in the comments down below if you want to see that video. Next up, guys, I got to give a shout out to the Blue Limit Soldiers. Blue de Blue! They just recently hit 400 subscribers on YouTube, and if you don't know who they are, it's Chad Arms, WrestleManiac 1130, The Viz, The Visual Expression, Blu-ray Outlaw, and Friday the 14th. All four of those guys have a massive knowledge of horror movies. Friday the 14th is one of the biggest Jason Voorhees fans that I've met since me. The Viz is one of the biggest Batman fans ever. His Batman collection is insane. Everyone knows that WrestleManiac 1130 has one of the biggest Scream Factory collections in the Blue Tube. Yes, I've said it. And Blu-ray Outlaw has one of the best Texas Chainsaw Massacre collections that I've seen, and I'm so jealous I want that thing so bad. But guys, the reason why I'm shouting out the Blue Limit Soldiers is because today when I went to Best Buy, I picked up Knock Knock. If you guys have not seen the rant scene in Not seen the rant scene? If you haven't seen the rant scene in Knock Knock, look it up on YouTube. It's a divisive movie. You either love it or hate it. It's everything I like in a horror movie. And Lorenza Izzo. Woo! Check out the Blue Limit Soldiers. Bloody blue! Next up, I picked an entry in a film series that's slowly becoming one of my favorite horror franchises. Hatchet 3. And there's definitely no other reason as to why I picked this movie up. Come on, you know why I picked it up. But Hatchet 3 is brutal, violent, and where else do you get to see Derek Mears and Kane Hodder fight each other? I also picked up this one. Now, I know it's a really divisive movie, and a lot of people didn't like it, but a lot of people do like it. So what do I think of the ultimate cut of Batman v Superman, Dawn of Cameos? I mean, Justice. Why'd you say that name?
It was his mother's name.
I'm just kidding, guys. But yeah, Ben Affleck is probably one of the best parts about that movie. He's my on-screen Batman, even though I love Christian Bale. I'm not wearing hockey pads. But Ben Affleck is just the comic book Batman that I've been looking for ever since I watched Batman Forever, which is my favorite pre-Nolan Batman movie. Now, did the extra scenes help the movie? Oh, definitely. It helped it by leaps and bounds. But DC, you need to realize that you can put out 3-hour cuts of movies. The hardcore fans will go see them. Quit putting out Ultimate Editions. I'm waiting for the Ultimate Edition of Suicide Squad at this point because people didn't like that one either. They can do it for David Fincher movies that are over 3 hours, or Tarantino movies which are also over 3 hours. We can also do it for Batman movies, for Superman movies, for DC Comics, Avengers, whatever, Marvel. You can do it for those movies as well. People will go see them. Rant over. What kind of return video would it be for me if I didn't include Nicolas Cage?
Donnie, Loretta.
All my friend, the low rider. The low rider is a little higher.
Okay, let's ride.
I'm gonna get this one out of the way really quick. Guys, I picked up Outcast. Now, I know this movie is terrible. I've heard nothing but terrible reviews for it. But I did hear that there are some awesome Nicolas Cage scenes in the movie. I know he's not in it very long, but why would I not get a Nicolas Cage Blu-ray? It has to happen. Next up, I picked up a Blu-ray that I've been looking for the longest time. I found it at Second Charles, and I couldn't believe that it actually saw this title for so cheap. I picked up The Family Man. It's a very heartwarming story about a guy that makes a decision that changes his life. If you want to see a good story and some really good acting from Nicolas Cage and Téa Leoni, definitely check out The Family Man. Nicolas Cage, Elijah Wood, The Trust. In a lot of ways, the movie sounds like Matchstick Men, which you can't go wrong with that, because that is a great Nicolas Cage title, and for some reason, I can't find it anywhere, even though it came out on Blu-ray last year. There you go, guys. There has been a Life channel update for you. I apologize for it being a month since I put out a video. I'm still here. I'm busy working on other things, but I'm going to try to put out as many videos on the Zack vs. Blu-ray Mountain YouTube channel as I can. And guys, I'm going to keep to my word. The next video you'll see on my channel will be my From the Shelf review of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Then after that, guys, I will be continuing with my Resident Evil retrospective. If you liked the first two videos I did, Resident Evil and Resident Evil Apocalypse, do not fret, I will be back with my review of Resident Evil Extinction. This is a franchise that I love and hate at the same time, and I really want to finish all these before Resident Evil The Final Chapter comes out. And if you want to know my thoughts on the teaser trailer, if you want to call it that, for Resident Evil The Final Chapter, I hope they didn't put all the good scenes in the teaser. It's been a while since I did this, guys, so let's see if I can get through it in one take. If you liked anything that I showed you in this video, please let me know down in the comments down below. Give me a like, give me a share. Yep, not getting it in one take. Check out my Facebook group, Bluetooth videos. There's a lot of guys on there that have some really good content, and you should definitely check them out. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Zack vs. the Blu-ray Mountain. But most importantly, guys, this has been Zack vs. the Blu-ray Mountain. Stay metal, my friends.